Happy Friday, Shock Troopers. Welcome to the September 16th episode of WTF Central Oregon, where I give you my unrestrained view on Central Oregon, life, news, and events. As usual, I am your host and general manager of the universe, Jeremy Johnson. You heard me, Shock Trooper. I said unrestrained instead of uncensored. I'm going to try something new to try to appeal to a larger audience. Don't worry, I'm still going to use my verbal repertoire of shit, mother, dip, ass, hell, and damn. There's just going to be a little more editing involved, but you guys know what I'm saying anyway, so who gives a shit about a couple beeps here and there? Well, I just hit my 25th episode, folks. Party? Cake? Confetti? Dancing girls? No, none of that. Just trying to concentrate on getting this out for all of you guys to enjoy. Maybe at the 50th episode, I will have a big party with a little help from my friends on WTF Central Oregon. Hell, I got friends ranging from a nightclub, restaurants, photographers, models, DJs, clothing companies, video producers, event planners. I think this could be one hell of a party, to tell you the truth. I'd even friended the guys that can take you home after the party with your car. Yeah, it does come with a little bit of price, but to tell you the truth, this is probably going to be a huge event. And now we go once again to WTF Central Oregon's chief meteorologist, Pachito Jenkins, for this week's weather. Pachito, what's the weather looking like out there? Ooh, he broke out the tequila in the skull. That's not going to feel good in the morning. But he's wearing a hoodie and pants, so it looks like cooler weather is in the air, Central Oregon. Okay, that's it for the weather, Central Oregon. On to the local news. An attempted robbery in Deschutes River Woods on Tuesday turned into a car chase through Bend, leading out of Bend on Highway 20, where it turned into a on-foot manhunt in the deserts east of Bend. A Bend woman called local authorities after a man illegally entered her house. The suspect fled to his nearby truck where another man was waiting for him. The truck was a white Dodge service vehicle with Schaefer Brothers Electric signs on both doors. Police identified the vehicle in East Bend and then pursued the vehicle outside of Bend on Highway 20 at speeds up to 110 miles per hour. Bend Police, Oregon State Police, and the Forest Service joined in on the pursuit while canine units were being prepped for a possible on-foot manhunt. The truck then barreled through a barbed wire fence and the suspects did indeed leave on foot. Authorities set up a perimeter and eventually found the men. One man was 48 years old and the other was 59, with the help of Bend Police canine units. Now, I have a few things that I'd like to point out about this story. First, why were these dumb using an electrician's truck with the logo still on the door? I mean, God knows that there are no electricians actually working in this town, so therefore the truck's pretty easy to spot. Second, it took that many police officers to hunt down two dudes obviously hopped up on Centrum Silver and cribbage. They really should have waited till nap time. And finally, the Forest Service was involved? That's pretty scary if you actually think about it. I mean, because there's nothing more frightening than pastel green trucks full of motherfuckers hurling chainsaws at a couple of geriatrics. Okay, on to our next story. The Zodiac Killer, the Son of Sam, the Barefoot Bandit, and the Unabomber. And what do we get? The Eastside Arsonist. Way to go, guys. Glad to see your creative juices are still flowing out there. So basically, some douche knuckle was running around town, setting fire to trash cans, empty businesses, and brush fields on Bend's east side. So from one arsonist to another, just do me a favor and give it up. Sure, you're probably not going to get caught, but you're just being a dick, and I've breathed in enough smoke lately as it is. And finally, our last story of the day. Deschutes County search and rescue teams were called out to the South Sister Wilderness for, hopefully, the last time of this year, because summer's almost over, right? Two other hikers found a man in the South Sisters Wilderness area who was behaving erratically because of dehydration and exposure. They then called in Deschutes County search and rescue teams to come up and give this man aid. As rescuers approached this man, he became aggressive and started physically assaulting the medics and search and rescue teams that were sent out to save him. So, they tased him, and instead of flying him off in a helicopter to the nearest hospital due to flight concerns, those poor bastards in the search and rescue teams had to carry up a litter and then drag this shithead down to a waiting ambulance. Personally, I think tasing lost hikers and climbers should be standard operating procedure. At least they'd learn never to do that again, like this guy did. This was his second time being rescued off the same mountain within a year. And that is it for the local news, Central Oregon. Time for local events featuring WTFCO's very own Divine Clipboard. So tonight we have Blood is Thicker Than Water featuring Mosley Water tonight at the Century Center at 7 p.m. Tickets are $10 without a mask and $5 with one. I don't know. Chicago at the Tower Theater tonight at 8 p.m. Tickets are $25 there. Primer 55 at the Domino Room with St. Day, My Friends Acheron Below, American Overdose, and many more at 8 p.m. And tomorrow we have Bend Improv Group at 2nd Street Theater at 8 p.m. If you like Whose Line Is It Anyways, you're sure to enjoy this show featuring local improv comedians. And don't forget to get your boogie on at 7 Nightclub and finish the evening off with Drunky Treats at Caldera Grill. Gotta love the food there. And that is it for local events, my friends. As usual, you can find me on my Facebook page, my Twitter page, my YouTube page. You can email me directly at WTFcentraloregon@gmail.com, or go ahead and visit my brand spanking new site, WTFproductions.biz. So like, subscribe, follow, spread the word, join my forums, and just get the word out there that WTFCO is on the move. That's pretty much all I have for you today, Central Oregon. Be safe, and I'm out.
You don't feel the ones and you don't know how to skate. You said that sky don't turn your